Once upon the land, there was no meaning in looking up. There was nothing worth looking at up there, nothing worth exploring. That place was the domain of those who indulge in fantasies, those with their heads in the clouds. But now, each and every person lifted their heads, looking up at the beam of light connecting heaven and earth, looking up at the once untouchable sky. Among the stars, within the artificial constructs that appear so small before the torrent of light, rules the human ambition of this current epoch.
Crystal. Sure enough, you set this plan into motion a long time ago. Everything you did for the DoD was a fancy show. What's the principle behind all of this? The efficiency and stability of this high-energy confinement field. I've never heard of anything like that before.
If I recall correctly, you boasted that you were the foremost expert in high-energy physics when you joined Orion.
One of the foremost experts. My god. You should thank your lucky stars, Saria, that there is nobody like Kristen in your field. It's just not fair. And yet she doesn't even bother to publish these results.
The hammer is currently charging.
According to the military's Horizon Arc project, once the charging phase is complete, all of this energy will be focused and undergo excitation a second time to deliver powerful wide-area strikes.
Sure. How much longer will it take?
Kristen turned the project dossier into scrap paper. All I can say is it won't be long now.
This is our last chance to stop it. As well as our last chance to stop her. What are you still standing around slack-jawed for, Ferdinand? Time isn't on our side.
Saria, take a look at the densitometer over here.
The needle seems to be fluctuating a lot.
No, I'm not talking about the needle, and the wobbling is a normal phenomenon of high-energy confinement fields. I'm talking about the unit of measurement. You can take a guess how many times larger this unit is than the one on the instruments in my lab. The energy it absorbed just now is enough to power every single one of Columbia's nomadic cities for at least 6 months. But it's showing no sign of stopping. Oh, and we're now in the center of the laboratory carrying this tremendous amount of energy. Even if Nasty is a genius, she can't create a receptacle that stores energy in amounts beyond the realm of cognition.
In other words,
no matter what direction it ultimately focuses the energy in, once the second-degree excitation begins, this lab won't be safe from the consequences.
her end goal has never changed.
If her ultimate goal is the sky, and the sky can only be contested with this amount of energy, what exactly is up there?
That's none of my concern. All I know is, this is a reckless experiment.
And it is doomed to fail. Saria, there is nothing stopping you from packing your bags, finding a nice hillside with a great view, and enjoying a drink while you watch this fireworks show that may well go down in the annals of Colombian history.
That isn't going to happen. What about you? You were never the risk-taking type.
Me? Looks like my old friends are coming, and they'll be here sooner than expected. You are right, though. I am not taking any chances. The technical manual has the location of the escape pod, and I know where it is. I'm not particularly interested in seeing the one who fired me, and it's not like you need my help. An opportunity to document high-energy physics phenomena of this magnitude is rare, and I don't intend to pass it up. Maybe you'll see a new paper from me in the journals next quarter. I promise it will be era-defining. Unlike Kristen, I don't tie all my intellect to my personal grievances. The fact that she's consigning all this knowledge to the grave, knowledge that could transform Terra's entire academic landscape, that is something I can't abide. Do what you need to do, Saria. We don't have much time.
Stay safe.
Ferdinand.
It's been a while, Colonel.
I'm not surprised you survived, but if I were in your shoes, I'd pretend to be dead. Get the hell out of Dodge. Go to Victoria or Lithanian. With your skills, you can always pick up a teaching job.
I didn't expect to hear those words coming from you.
Let me say this one more time, Ferdinand. It's over. I've already spoken with the Vice President. The DOD's defeat is absolute. As for whether or not this whole situation can be salvaged, or who controls my fate, I actually don't care that much anymore. Let's say some dignity for each other, Ferdinand. Get out of here, and I'll save the crossbow bolt for myself.
Huh? What was that? Sorry, my mind wandered for a second there. Also, you are blocking the radiometer display.
The shaft here runs a lot deeper than I expected. I'm afraid the military simply failed to fully understand its structure. Right here is where the transmitter's response is the strongest. You,
What are you doing here, Silence?
Professor Parvis.
Silence. The location of this lab is supposed to be top secret. How did you manage to find your way here?
Silence tries hard to open her eyes wide, discerning the things in the room. In the corner of the room, an instrument is humming as if breathing. A transmitter sits in a transparent tank, bobbing up and down. Across the room are several books with black covers. As if sensing Silence's presence, the transmitter increased its activity. A strong wave of dizziness makes Silence furrow her brow and shake her head a few times.
Ah, that's right. You have your own transmitter. These reactive tendencies? You injected yourself with the transmitter? Though I'm not surprised. Does it cause you occasional discomfort? An entirely normal response. I also have it inside my body. It can be quite overwhelming for an old man like myself, but it shouldn't be a problem for you, youth. Still, this is the only way to better control the reaction process. Don't worry. Once this experiment is over, the long-distance intertwining properties of this batch of transmitter will be lost, and they won't affect the long-term health of the injected.
What experiment? You're conducting an experiment here?
Silence! Did you hurt your hand? Does it get in the way of your work?
I'm fine.
Then I won't ask any more questions. Now is the most critical moment. That you have found your way here might just be the help I needed. I was just complaining how much easier the data processing would be if you were here. Lately, Actually, never mind.
Tell me, what kind of experiment are you running?
There has only ever been one area of research I have fully dedicated my energy to.
Chimerism.
Precisely. This is the last question to be answered in chimera research.
But this is... Professor, what are all these documents? The text in them seems...
Quite evil, right? And this is an ancient Sarkaz tome that records the history of a certain ethnic branch. That Sarkaz branch not only enjoys long lifespans, but can even transcend the shackles of the physical form, and exist in the world in a purely spiritual state. They have been dubbed the Revenants. The pronunciation can be a bit esoteric, but I am sure you will be able to find some records in Victorian. Silence. Have you ever considered what chimerism does at the level of the soul?
Soul chimera.
These revenants, the so-called soul in ancient originum arts and Sarkaz witchcraft, can they be produced a posteriori?
Are you trying to create an artificial consciousness?
You have always been my finest student. This is something I've been working on for decades to little avail. That is, until Ferdinand told me that he and Dorothy had jointly produced this particular transmitter. You can't begin to imagine how excited I was, Silence. I was absolutely sure that the properties of the transmitter were sufficient to form the soil from which artificial consciousness could be born. However, in this land, disturbances will always exist no matter how sophisticated the lab is. These disturbances have plagued me for the longest time. There are so many possibilities. Perhaps the energy used to excite the transmitter was insufficient. Perhaps the laboratory was not sealed off enough. Perhaps originium interferes with the generation and aggregation of consciousness. But none of that matters anymore. All mysteries will finally be unraveled today. This will be my final research project. The most optimal research environment is about to take shape.
Professor Parvis, you were responsible for using transmitter to solve Ark Owen's accuracy control problem. This is the new transmitter core.
Kristen wanted to do something she saw as taking a risk. She thought her work to be meaningful. I hate to be a critic of my peers' efforts, but let's be honest. We researchers have been cowards for far too long. Mediocrity, boredom, risk aversion, indecisiveness, silence. Those of us with the knowledge and the ability have to do more than just explore or progress. We carry science upon our shoulders, are commanded by it, are driven by it. It requires us to take on responsibilities that only a strong soul can endure. Usher in a new era.
Usher in a new era?
Silence. You deserve to be here with me, to witness this crowning achievement. Soon, very soon now, the dark ages of mediocrity will come to an end, and the pantheon of science must return.
You're shaking all over. I've rarely seen you like this.
Is that so? Perhaps the transmitter's reaction is getting a bit too intense. Maybe I really am getting too old. I'm sure you can relate with me, Silence.
Yes, I can. I can see you've really been looking forward to this moment.
Of course.
Then, there's one thing I have to make clear. I will destroy this transmitter core.
What?
I mean, I'm putting a stop to everything that's happening here. Whether it's Control's plan or just your personal ambitions, all of this has to be re-examined. That's what I'm here for.
That girl shook your allegiance to science, but I have always believed that you had the makings of a researcher, and as such I never really blamed you. But this time, whether or not it is some ridiculous joke, I am not going to stand for it. I will have you apologize to me, Silence.
I won't take back a single word I said, Professor. I don't think I've done anything wrong, be it back then or now. What you people are really after is wanton power.
That's absurd. You couldn't be more wrong, Silence. That's right. Say what you will about me craving power, because I know what kind of research is important and what kind of research can shape the future. What? Are you going to regurgitate that old platitude about science belonging to the masses? No. Let me tell you, Silence, that science belongs to the Ubermenschen, the Superman. The mediocre can go elect their politicians and kiss the feet of their betters, but only science is above their meddling.
What about you then? Are you part of the Ubermenschen you aspire to?
That ship has already sailed for me. But if the consciousness I create is irrational enough, grand enough, then it can.
It can't, Professor. If you don't even have faith in humanity, what makes you think that this nascent consciousness can supersede everything?
You don't understand.
You've poured your heart and soul into the field of chimeric research, attempting time after time to craft powerful creations through bioengineering. Is that all because you can't run from your own weakness?
Me? Silence, I won't allow you to throw baseless speculation around like that. This is my last hope to break free from mediocrity.
I didn't expect to see you here. My former defense colleagues.
That's right, Director Saria. Former colleagues. We are now employees of Components Control Section.
Components control.
You aren't allowed past this point.
You're doing a better job than last time.
I appreciate the sentiment.
You all know what Kristen is trying to do. All this accomplishes is...
I don't know. I don't particularly care. You know my ID number from Rhine, Saria.
011. That was before Jara came. Kristen and I interviewed you, James.
Back then I had offers from other companies, including Volvo Kaczynski and Beach Brella. But I didn't give them a second thought. Because I always believed in you. You and Kristen. I believe you two are different from the rest of them.
It's just your ego speaking, James. This whole place is about to crash. I'd recommend you hurry up and grab an escape pod.
I'll wait here until the moment we crash. But before that, want to see something spectacular, Saria? Nasty described it to us.
Saria noticed the entire corridor shifting.
Is that...
I've never seen the land from this high up before.
The hammer has begun altitude adjustment. Out of the way! There's no time.
Damn it! What's going on? Is that thing spinning?
If I had to guess, this would be the altitude adjustment mentioned in the technical manual, which is the step right before secondary excitation. Sir, do you need my help?
Why are these doors in the corridor shut? Where is Ferdinand?
He slipped away just now.
Go after him.
No, there are no defense systems here other than the partition doors in the corridor. If I had any say in it, this place would be stuffed full of power armor.
Freeze, Ferdinand. Got you.
I need you to leave me alone, Colonel. Every minute here is precious, and dealing with you would waste all my energy.
I thought we were peas in the pod, Ferdinand. Sober rationalists would weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. Looks like I had the wrong read on you. Come with us.
The beam excitation is reading a 1.22. The constant should be introduced here to renormalize the entire formula.
What the hell are you talking about?
I am laughing at you, Blake. I am laughing at how pathetic you are. Your power, your medals, your rank in the DoD. You never lost sight of those. But now we are standing at an altitude that few have ever touched. Surrounded on all sides by scientific miracles. Just by reaching our hands out, we are on the cusp of plucking new formulae from these instruments. Take a good look. Here, all the honors and accolades you've clung to are so small, so insignificant.
And what about your Orion lab, Ferdinand? Haven't you been fixated on that?
Let me make a correction. I've been fixated on what Rhinelab represents. Rhinelab is my toolbox, my ladder, my arm, but it is not my purpose. In case you have forgotten, I can proudly proclaim that I am one of the finest high-energy physicists in the land. No, in both the land and the skies. What I've been fixated on has always been science itself. Kristen. She created all of this and let it go to waste. A truly prodigal genius she is. And I envy her. But I also have to admit, it's been an incredible ride. And so, each and every second of my time is insanely valuable, and I can't afford to waste a moment on you.
Listen to me, Ferdinand. Don't forget who you take orders from, and who gave you your new lease on life.
Colonel, do you know how to stop a curious scientist? You either satisfy him or you kill him.
Alright. Get over with. Don't waste time.
One last thing I'd like to remind you of, soldiers. The hammer will crash after reactivation, taking all of us with it. All this data might mean nothing to you, but your lives, I trust, are very important. If you want to know where the escape pods are, you shouldn't be in such a hurry. As for you, Blake, I'd save an extra bolt, either for yourself or the one you answer to. Doesn't matter to me. Just don't break my instruments.